Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about my favorite mods that I use in TCG Card Simulator. These are pretty much my top 5. I haven't actually downloaded anything cosmetic, like anything to actually change the cards and stuff yet. This is mostly just quality of life and gameplay stuff. So yeah, let's hop right into it, shall we? So one of the first mods that I enjoy to use quite a bit in this game is the Auto Stalker 2.0 mod. And basically you can either fill the tables instantly. It says keyboard shortcut to autofill all card tables, or you can have a keyboard shortcut to autofill all shelves. And I have mine set to keypad minus and plus on the keyboard here. And when you go in to your store, so here, there's a whole bunch of cards that are missing here. You could go through and just meticulously click each one and add cards, or you can open up your book here and grab a bunch of individual cards and start placing them on here. Or you can just press one button that will just fill the shelves for you, which is very handy, especially when we're dealing with single cards. I actually have a playthrough that I'm working on right now. I just did a live stream for it recently where we are doing nothing but singles, and I mean nothing but singles. The only thing that we can actually sell at the register are singles. Now we do have tables, but we cannot progress past the first expansion here, the very first standard one. We cannot go beyond this. It has to just be standard, and we can have as many tables as we want or whatever, but when it comes to transactions, anything that has to go through this register, it is singles only, nothing else. And boy oh boy, it is it's something. But we'll get to that another time. We'll talk about that some other time. You guys will see videos for that coming out soon. But anyway, we're talking about this right now. So you press that one button, it fills this, and then the other button, essentially, you'll press it one time and it'll fill everything out here. Now, my employees have already done a pretty good job filling up the store. Everything is already full in here because I make sure that my store is stocked and prepared. But if any of this stuff was missing, any of these shelves were missing, you press that other button that you set for it, and it would fill all of these shelves too. Now, the one that's really the only useful one for me at this point is just like the card one. You can do the shelves and stuff, but honestly, like you got employees, they're usually pretty good at filling those up. There's no real reason to ever use that one, except for, let's just say your store is closed and all your employees left, but you don't want to progress the day. Then you can use the button to fill your shelves, and it'll take everything that you do have back here to fill your shelves. And you can also buy more stuff. The only problem is the shelf button literally only works. It only works if the items are on a shelf. So if you don't have stuff back here that are actually on the shelf right here, then it will not fill these shelves when you press the button. So you have to make sure you have stuff in your storage or it won't work, because it does not pick up items off of the ground. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. But this is a good mod, very handy for doing what it does, and I really like it a whole lot. So go download it if you think it's cool. The next mod we're going to talk about is Better Collisions. We have a no restriction mode and a no snap mode essentially on here. And Better Collisions is really nice because it basically allows you to take a piece of furniture and place it wherever you want it to go. And that's very handy in this game because some things are just kind of weird and it's difficult to place things, particularly these shelves. Like I would never be able to put these up against the wall under normal circumstances like this, but because of the mod, I can. So like if I remove this without the mod, I try to put this here, it won't work. It's red, it won't let me do it. But if I hold the button while it's snapped in place, it'll turn green, and then you click and there you go. You can lock it in place now. And then the other way to move things is once you pick something up and it is not snapped to anything, right? This is not snapped. You hold the button in order to turn it green, and now when you move it around, you can pretty much place this anywhere. As you can see, it is not turning red under any circumstance. That's because I am currently holding the button right now. But if I let go of the button, you'll see the red comes back, right? So now I can't place it anywhere I want. So there's two modes. You either snap to something, hold the button and click, or while you are not snapped, you hold the button and now you can place it pretty much anywhere you want. And that's essentially how this mod works. So keep that in mind. I know a lot of people had a bit of confusion about how to play stuff or whatever and why it wasn't working properly. Those are the two ways to do it. So there you go. That mod is very useful. It's nice to be able to just put things wherever the heck you want them to be because you want them to be there. The other mod that I enjoy to use is the fast pack opening, and we won't go out of this screen yet because there's a few things we want to talk about with this one. So first thing being your auto open key. I have it set to 1 on my keyboard, and basically when I press the number 1, it'll just completely start cycling through all of the openings without stopping until you hit your high value threshold. Now your high value threshold, this is a cash value. Whatever you put in here is the cash value of what your game will consider high value, which means the card will stop and highlight and make the little sound and let you know like this is a really good card. I have mine set at 1,000, and I usually set it at 1,000 when I'm just opening packs mindlessly because I don't want it to stop unnecessarily for packs that aren't particularly noteworthy. And for me at this point, if it's not $1,000 or more, then it's not particularly noteworthy. But the default is 20. This is usually set to 20, so any card valued over 20, the game will highlight for you, and then you'll be like, oh, cool, you know, but you can change this however you want it to be. Then we have the speed multiplier for how fast packs open. We have the pickup speed multiplier for how fast you can grab items and pick them up off the shelves. Held pack limit is how many items you can actually carry in your hand at one time, so how many packs you can hold and open at once. And then this text position and stuff, the size is for the, actually I could show you here. Let me get out of here. When you pick up cards or whatever, it'll say held packs down in the bottom left side. You can adjust the size and the position of that message down below. So that way you can actually see how many packages you are holding at one time. And while you're opening them, it'll be counting down to let you know how many packages you have left. If you like the speed that it is, or you like the settings that they provided to make it faster, because there are settings right here where you can speed it up too. You think this is sufficient, then you probably won't need this mod. But check it out if you find it interesting. So the next mod we're going to talk about is one-click restock. This basically fills your cart with items based on 2 metrics that you can select here. You can select to restock based on what is on your shopping shelves, or you can set it to restock based on what is on your warehouse shelves. And you want to prioritize big boxes. Have that set up so that way if you have them unlocked, it'll pick the larger box instead of the smaller boxes, so you'll get more bang for your buck and you won't have to pay as much for shipping. Ignore shopping cart limit is something you can turn on too, so that way you can just buy as many items as you want. You don't have to worry about the shopping cart limit. And essentially how this works is you go into your menu here, you'll head over to stop order, and then while you're in this menu here, you press the button R or whatever button you have designated to fill your cart, and that'll fill the cart with any items, checking my storage that I don't have in the back. And this is everything. All the things that need to be replaced back there are showing up here on this list, and you can just press R, it'll fill it, you open it, purchase, and that's all the stuff you needed. Very handy for when you don't want to be like really going through and meticulously looking at everything. You want to go in here. Now it wouldn't be as bad if, say for example, you can pull out your phone, and while you have your phone out you can still be walking through and looking at the stuff you miss, so you can buy the stuff you need. Like maybe if this app popped up on the phone and the phone was like, it didn't go full screen like this, and you can just look at your inventory and just go through and buy the stuff you needed. I think that would probably be more efficient. But it's a little tedious and annoying because you look at your shelves and you're like, okay, what do I need? I need the red dice. Okay, you open up your phone and you pick this up, and then you go to the red dice and you find it and you're like, add, okay, fine. And then you're like, okay, well, what else do I need? And you close your phone and then you look, and like it's a bit much, you know what I mean? And once again, like I said, these are all just quality of life things. I'm a lazy person. I like things to be simple and more streamlined. Some people prefer the game to be exactly how it is, and that's totally fine. Remember, these mod choices are just things that I use because they are convenient for me and I like them, but you do not have to feel encouraged or obligated to use anything I'm showcasing here. I'm just telling you what I'm using and why. So there you go for that mod. The next mod that I really enjoy to use that's a pretty good quality of life mod is the mod for the light switch. Essentially, it just turns the light switch on at whatever designated time you set up. Let me see here. It should be here. Auto light switch. There you go. You can set the time. There's only one real setting for here. You can set the time for whatever you want it to be, and it'll turn on the lights at that point. Essentially, that helps you save on your light bill, even though the light bill isn't really crazy expensive all the time. It's just something that's really nice. I don't like having to remember to come and flip the light switch or whatever, so I have that mod so I don't have to do that. Pretty straightforward. And lastly, another quality of life mod I like to use is Quick Scan. Essentially what that does is it allows you to go over to your register, and when you have a customer that has a crazy large amount of items, you click one time and it scans everything, and then you just check them out. This one is, you know, probably a lot less necessary than some of the other ones that you've seen, because like it's not like you scan the items very slowly anyway. But once again, like I said, something that just streamlines a process and allows you to make things a little faster just for the sake of doing so. And that's it. Those are the mods that I am currently using right now that I really enjoy. I wouldn't necessarily say they are must-have mods for anyone else, at least, but they're must-haves for me because they make my life a whole lot easier. So check these mods out if you want to use them. If you don't want to use them, that's totally fine too. If you have some mods that I didn't mention here in this video, please share them down in the comment section below. And yeah, let's have a conversation about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on the next one.